Hello there. So yeah, man, today was a day of reflection. Um, I was tired because of yesterday. Because yesterday I woke up was 6 a.m. So like today I woke up was like 8:30. So I was kind of like still tired, you know. But I meditate and I was more like my attention was more scattered. Even though like I meditate like in the morning. I was still like very sleepy and I wasn't like awake. But then I trained, it was alright. And like I said, I'm training on empty stomach. So like my first meal I had was like 1 p.m. So a lot of hours. Like that's not a problem because it's not like I was feeling weak or anything like that. It was better actually. But then I went to buy some bread, and like I do have, the money or the the bank account, like two bucks, $2 and 17 cents. But like the credit card like wasn't working because they said that like only the credit card wasn't working. But then once I tried to use the that debit, I think it's debit. Yeah, not the credit, the debit, debit. I think I'm saying wrong, but you get it right. The other option, the money, on the bank account, like it didn't work, you know. So it's debit card. Anyway, it didn't work. Like I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, yeah, fuck, oh gosh, yeah, fuck that, forget it. Well, whatever. Um, and then like I had to ask for the barber that I usually go to, how much, like just the beard and the hairline here. And, like he said, like $40. I was like, ah, fuck. Like I was doing the math accounting. So like, oh shit, like I have 15, and then I gotta get another, 40. Like that was just like once I got home, I'm like, fuck, man. Like I still I had like one, like I'm like at like one brand, like literally like one brand. I'm like, fuck, man, fuck that shit, it's not like a big thing, It's not like I'm dying. It's not like I have no food to eat, but like, and like that's only possible because I still living with my parents. So that's the only reason that I'm not starving to death. Like that's just like a miserable situation. You gotta call for what it is, right? David Goggins. Like it's a fucking miserable situation. Like the situation is miserable. But like fuck, man, I won't, like that shit won't happen again. Like even though like was a shitty situation, I was like, man, I can't allow that shit happen again. You know, it was like the strongest motivator because then like yesterday I had this talk with my friend. I said, yeah, man, like I'm willing to sacrifice everything and like you, like family, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But it's not like I was like really mean it. Like I didn't like really mean it. But after that, I was like, fuck it, man. Like only I know how it feels like this. Like only I know. So fuck everybody. Like all the people that are not aligned with what I want. Fuck them. You know. It's gonna be a season. It's not like a fucking life of grinding and like hard work. But it's gonna be a season of just make money, and then I'm like fuck man, and then I kind of locked in, but like I also know that this is temporary. It's gonna like eventually this like because no, it's something new, like I'm getting back to the 9 to 5, and like it's related to sales, so like I'm like excited and like that's okay, but this is gonna end like eventually, probably sooner than I expect. So I gotta, I'm like this. I got, tomorrow and like the weekend to plan and like the systems that I will use, and I'm talking about like mental systems, things that I must remember and like to go through, like to keep going because I gotta create something that doesn't require like the motivation. No, it's gotta be something logical. Gotta be something like a system. Like it doesn't matter how I feel, I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna keep doing until I win. That's what matters. That like no, just like man, it's a silly situation, but like if you were like in a I don't know another context, like something more important, or I don't know, like it's just no pathetic, you know. Like man, like I won't allow that. I won't allow that to happen again. So then I spent most of my day like I read, and then I was like, okay, um, let's see what I can do, what I'm gonna do, you know. And like, oh fuck man, like the videos of Layla, like the wife of Alex, shit man, is because like what I like about like her content that is more like about the mental part, the mental framework. Like Alex, I mean, both of them they're crazy, like they're fucking genius. But like Alex is more focused on business, right? But like a lot of times he mentioned these things of mindset frameworks, but like that is bundled with business, which is great as well. But like her is more like focused on the mental part, the soft skills, like leadership, and I was more like, man, I need to learn that, and like I was watching her video, about like how to beat everyone. It's about speed, uh, fast, fast feedback loop, and there were other aspects that I don't remember. I gotta rewatch the video, but like fuck, man, I gotta do it. And then, well, I watched this other, um, uh, fuck, this other was a part cut from a podcast like the a modern wisdom. Like he was talking about like the 20s, right? Because you gotta sacrifice your. It's not like you can like live up your 20s or you can build up. You know, like if you're gonna try to do both, you end up doing none of it, neither. And like that's the worst case scenario. So you can be like a 30 years old like unlived person with a lot of fucking skills, or you can be a 30 years old person with a lot of living experiences but no skills. Like it's a trade off. Like fuck it, man. Fuck the action. And like it's about seasons, right? Like and like once you put like that, like instead of thinking about like daily or weekly, think about years. Instead of because he said like I'll be like the fitness guy, I'll be the business guy, I'm gonna be like the study guy. It's a lot. Like for one day, like that's not how it works. Now, if you put this like even like in a week perspective, that's more like doable, right? It's like about like months, like one year, like there's 12 months, so you can focus. No, like this, no, for example, like for months I'm gonna, focus on making money, which is gonna be the main priority. Like the other things that are important as well you just put enough energy to maintain. Like for example, fitness. Like for me, that's incredibly, incredible, like important for me, like fitness. So for me, what matters is to maintain, maintain the level that I am right now. So for that, like, and he said, um, compared to like having to build up from, like, from zero, from scratch, a skill set, something, it's way more demanding rather than like you just like maintain what you've already built. So for the fact that like because that I've already trained the past, like gym and like fighting, like I have like some shape, you know, like I have some muscle. So like for me, it's way more easy for me to just get shredded, define the muscles and maintain that. Then like if I didn't have no training in the past, that would be way more difficult for me. So I would just maintain the training and then like focus on making money. And I was thinking like, man, the because I got to thinking doing tasks, and investing the money on the things that is gonna provide me the the greatest like ROI. So in that case, would be like the transportation to the work because like when you gotta take bus, like there are times that the bus pass and you know it's a lot of stress, like a pain in the ass, like this is like first of all it's very stressful and like second of all like takes a lot of time. So if I can not just call an Uber, it's way more quicker, less stressful, like no stress, and but it's more expensive. But like this is a fucking great investment, because then I can have way more time in the morning because it starts like 9 a.m. You know, so fuck man, it starts 9 a.m. right? So like it takes like 20 minutes to get there using Uber. So like I have like basically I have the whole morning to focus on my thing, you know. So that's like the best investment that I can do, you know. Once I ramp up in the offer. And like I schedule another meeting for next week that is for to get a remote sales offers like it's a you know one of the most famous pipelines. Like let's do it, I don't know, like I know that it's just put enough volume, there's no like that. Even like if that fail, like let's say I don't pass the interview, who gives a fuck, right? Like it's gonna be like, nah, might be like a pain in the ass, but who gives a fuck? As long as I'm putting the the volume, I will like most definitely eventually like get a job, get placed in an offer. And like for me, it's way more clear now, you know, way more clear. It's seasons, and like now it's gonna be a season of work, of business, of developing skills, Like, of course, like it's actually continuous, Especially now that I'm 20. Like I'm 20, so the next years is gonna be like that. So when I put like in years perspective, I have a better overview of how I'm gonna improve. Like I can do a lot of things. Like in a time frame of like 5 years, man. There's a lot of things that I can do. And like it involves developing skill like sales, not only sales, like leadership. You know, there's a lot of things that I don't know, and I gotta I gotta really take advantage of the things that I have right now. AI, Alex content. Um, like these other guys that really know their stuff. Talking with other people, like YouTube. Like I gotta, like learn all these fucking mistakes, like do all of them like as quick as possible, to then like become better than them. That's that's the main thing. Like the next generation, theoretically, they're supposed to be better than the generation before because they have more knowledge. No, at least theoretically. So I'm just gonna do that. Put a crazy amount of volume, get feedback, and improve. Because man, I know, I can definitely, man, not having money to buy bread. Ooh, man, that's for a few amount of people. Really understand that. And man, for me, like, thankfully, like, I'm really grateful because, I mean, if it was back then, I would be thinking, like, I'll be thinking about this situation, like, for, like, like, through the rest of the day, maybe, like, couple days. But no, like in the beginning, I was a little bothered, but after a couple hours, I don't know, 1 hour, maybe even less, and then I was like, alright, fuck it. I use it as a fuel to just, keep moving forward. So, so yeah, man. Like now, hmm, it's crazy to consider, man. It's it's just me, you know, and that's more than enough. No, the only thing that I do have is my mind. No, and like now, like I spend like this whole year, since the time that I left the 95 in November of 2024 up to now, I've spent like 95% of my time alone, just me and the dog. So I like I had no choice but to develop this relationship with myself, and like now I think I'm getting, like, now that I have actually started, like, especially after the meditation, to really create that, because like throughout this whole year was just me, like me, like outside pressure, family pressure, and like you see the world, like regardless, like you compare yourself, but the only thing that was keeping me together was my dream, my craziness. Like, man, I know this is gonna work out. I know. I don't have the proof of it, but I believe. Like, I have faith. I have faith that this is gonna work, as long as I don't give up. And this faith, it still remains. This faith of mine that I'm gonna become a fucking millionaire, like a multi-millionaire, and like build a fucking company, like a really fucking awesome company, good culture, like really delivering a good service or product, like with a fucking good team, like especially good leadership, because I know how it feels like to have a poor leadership that doesn't know shit. I know how stressful that is. Like me creating that fucking company, like scale that shit. I know it's possible. I mean, it's just humans, man. Like, I'm a fucking human, I don't have any disability. I can think. I can learn. So why not me? You know, I know this shit is gonna work. I know. It's just a matter of keep moving forward. Don't fucking give up. And don't listen to other mediocre people that are not doing nothing. Like, like, I think that was what fucked me up. Like listen to others. Like why the fuck you're gonna listen to someone who doesn't know shit about what you're doing? It's just a waste of time, you know. And I'm becoming very, very uh, neurotic. But I'm becoming very, a pain in the ass, like very very grumpy about it. Because like man, if you don't know, like if you're not in the middle of that shit, like you don't have the right to say anything. Like your opinion means shit because you don't know. You don't know. Like it drives me crazy. People saying shit about things they don't know. Like just because you can say shit doesn't mean you should say shit. You know? Ah man. Like this anger, this shit drive me. Like it's one of the things that keep me moving forward. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like if it's like I want to help people, you know, I want to like create a company. I want to be a leader. Good, but for me, I hate my situation. I hate this shit. This miserable life. I hate that shit. It's hate. You know, people around me like I spite them. So I'm gonna fucking use that for something good. I'm not gonna be an idiot with those people. I'm just gonna ignore them. But I can't deny how I feel about it. You can argue, this is not right. This is not, the best way to handle. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. That's the way I feel it. Like, that I feel in relation to that. But what matters is what I'm gonna do about that. What matters is like what you're gonna do. Like what are you gonna do? That's what matters. What are you doing to change that shit? Like that become very very clear because man, like with this friend of mine, like I talk with the guy a lot of times, several times the same shit. He didn't do shit. It's the same fucking shit. No, what the fuck are you gonna do? No, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like you talk with the guy, and it just doesn't change. I'm not gonna waste my time anymore. It's fucking man. It's just too expensive. It's too expensive. Like I'm not gonna make this mistake again. I'm not. I'm not. It's not gonna be easy. And like even like doing these videos, there were a lot of videos that I was like, fuck man, I don't know, maybe I should give up, But I'm still here. And like I think now I'm embracing the fact that this is gonna be something like this doubt, this uncertainty is something like permanent when it comes to entrepreneurship because you don't know, like you don't know, and there's always something that you must improve. But that's the path that I choose. These 20 years, like this next 10 years, so I'm 20 now, right? 20. 20 up to 30 is about building up things. Yes, it's not gonna be like 24 hours. No, of course. Well, like I said, it's about seasons, right? You do like 5, 6 months, like crazy, crazy, crazy shit. Just work, work, work. Take 1 week. You're not gonna die 1 week. I don't know, 1 week, 1 day, whatever. And then you continue. Like you still hang out, you still do this shit, but way less. Way less. Because that's not the priority. No, priority is just one thing. And for now, for me, it's make money. That's it. All the other things, they're secondary. You know, even fitness. Like I really love that shit. And it's not anymore about gym, but like staying in shape. Fighting. Like now I'm more like into fighting, but train like overall, like regardless the gym, like calisthenics. I love that shit. I really do. But now, like like that's sad because I really love that shit. I really do, but it's not the priority right now. But I don't want to get fat or anything like that. So I will just maintain. But that's not the focus right now. So like I'm really willing to sacrifice, like not sacrifice, but not spend so much time on something that I really love, that is training. And like, do you really think that I'm gonna give a shit about other people? Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. You know, I'm gonna die. They're gonna die. We're all gonna die. So that's a fact. So like me like caring about what they think. Why? Well, I decided. It's done. I'm gonna fucking win. That's it. I'm I'm gonna, I don't know, like the little details. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing that I do know is that I won't fucking give up and I'm gonna win. That's all I know. So yeah, man. That's it. Take care.